We're now ready to finish off our items controller by adding our search action. Our search action is going to be based off of our index action. So let's go down and see what we have in our index action. Let's go ahead and copy this information and take it back up to our search action. Let's just go through this code real quick. We're basically querying the database and returning all the items in the database sorted by the year. We're getting a count of the data, and then we are setting two variables to be passed to the template. All of this information we want for our search action, but instead of going to a search template, we actually want to render the index template from our search action. So I'm just going to come down here and type in this, render. Now all I need to do is type in the template that I want rendered instead of the default search template. In this case, I want to render the index template. Let's go to our website and test to make sure our search action is currently working. Now our website currently is defaulting to the index action, here displaying all of our items. If I type in the URL, search, we should get the exact same list. Now we need to alter this so we can actually type in a parameter. That way if I type in up here, first, it will actually only return one result, which would be this ID of 4. Let's go back to our controller and make that alteration. We need to have our search action take a parameter, so I'm going to type in the search, and I want to have it default to null. That way, if nothing is set, it will default to a certain query. Let's go ahead and write an if statement if our search variable is not set. So if our search is not set, then we want to run our default query, which would be the query that grabs everything from the database. And if it is set, we want to run a different query. Now we're going to take this exact same query here and just copy it down. Now I just need to alter this query to take the search variable that's being passed in. I'm going to alter this array to take another option. So the next key would be conditions, and then the value for the conditions option is going to be an array. Inside here we're going to have a key value also, so I'll just set that up. Basically, the conditions option takes an array, which is a where statement broken up. I'm just going to write out the where statement here in a comment so we can break it apart and put it in our conditions array. So we want where title is like, and then we want to pass in our search option. Now in order to put this type of a query into our conditions array, we break it apart. The first portion is the key, and the second portion is the value. We just need to put title like in our key portion, so title like. We then just take our search string and put it in as the value of the array. So we put in our percent signs, and then I'm going to break out our search variable. And that's all there is to it. So now we're going to go check our website, and I'm going to hit enter on our URL, and if everything goes correctly, we should see Star Trek First Contact as our result. Our search action works. Now we just need to fix the number of catalog items that it's returning. We need it to return the count from the query instead of the total count from the database. So let's go back to our controller. And currently right here is where our count is being set. I'm going to actually comment this out, and I'm going to go down here, and instead of having an actual count variable, I'm going to take the count function from PHP and pass in my data value. And let's go back over to the website, and I'm going to hit enter again on this URL. You will notice that our total number of catalog items was updated. So now we have the correct number here and the correct search results being returned. Let's review our search action. We have an if-else statement based on the search variable being passed into our search action. We then are passing variables into our template, and we are currently using the index template instead of the default search template that would normally be rendered.